Right now, so in the last part we were left with our echoed out files inside our temporary directory. We've got 2 sessions, which obviously means 2 users are currently online. We just need a way to sort of process this, so we need to say anything with the session prefix. We're going to take that into consideration, and we're going to make that count inside another variable. And firstly, this variable is just going to be called visitors. So I'm going to set that up and make it equal to 0, because we're going to presume that the start of running this script, we've got no users online until we start counting inside our temporary directory. So we're going to get rid of this echo file business in here, just delete that, and then we're going to use our ereg function. So I'll pull this down just so it's a bit clearer for you. We obviously need our if statement, and basically what's going to happen inside here is we're going to say if the file name we've come across, so remember in our while loop, so we're checking each file individually, so if this particular file has a session prefix SESS, which obviously is for session, then we're going to count the visitors, increment the value. So you should know how to increment. It's basically just plus plus at the end. You can write visitors equals visitors plus 1, but it's a lot easier, maybe lazier, to just put plus plus. Okay, so inside our if statement, what we're doing here is we're coming in and we're saying ereg. Okay, so this function you may not have heard of, and inside here we're taking 2 parameters into account. Now there are lots inside. There are lots of symbols inside ereg that are going to let us manipulate and search for different strings inside another string, but this is going to be pretty simple. We're going to keep it pretty simple. What we need to do is we need our first parameter, which is what we need to search for, and we need file, which is what we're looking inside. So we're looking inside the name of the file, which you're familiar with by now. Okay, so we're going to use one of these little like hat symbols, and then after this we're just going to simply write sesh. This pretty much says the start of what we're looking for, and then sesh is what we're looking for. So as long as that is found at the start of the file name, then we're good to go, and we're good to say that our visitors count is going to be incremented. So let me just tidy this up a bit. I pretty much did that just so you could see. Okay, so if ereg, if that's found inside there, this ereg command, or function rather, will return a true value. Therefore this if statement is complete and visitors will be incremented. And to be honest, that's pretty much it. If we save this out now, we're obviously not going to do much. It's just going to be blank, but we've got this visitors value here saved, so what we can do is just echo out there are visitors online. So by our knowledge before, we had 2 online, so if I refresh this, we have out there of 2 visitors online. Now just to prove that this function sort of does work, if I was to type a load of rubbish after there and refresh, obviously we're going to get a 0 value return, because there are no files with that prefix found. So just with the sesh prefix, we've got 2 visitors online. Now to demonstrate this does actually work, I'm going to open up another browser and visit this, so another session is actually created, and then you can see that the value will be incremented. So I'm going to open up Google Chrome. Here we are, here's Google Chrome, and we are going to paste that URL in, press enter, and then we're displayed with there are 3 users online. Now if I was to come back to Firefox, which still says 2, and refresh this, then we have the value of 3 present. So basically if another visitor joins your website, comes onto your page, then they're basically going to be displayed with an up-to-date version of how many users are online. It does take a while. Once, say if I was to close Google Chrome, if I was to close that, it does take a while if we refresh for the value to go back down to 2, because the session needs time to erase, to say it's invalid and the user's no longer on the site. But if I'm to pause the video now and wait for a few minutes, I am going to resume the video when the count is back down to 2, and you can see that this is changed. Okay, so I waited a matter of, it was probably about 1.5 to 2 minutes, and now that I've closed Google Chrome, the visitor count has gone down. So I've pretty much proved that that's quite effective. Obviously it's not completely real time, but it pretty much does the job quite well. So you can incorporate into this into your website. I might be making another tutorial. I might make a third part to this actually, to incorporate this into a function, which would be a lot easier. Then you can just call the function each time you need to use this. So yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. So I'll make a third part of this tutorial, so check out the next part and I'll show you how to shove this right into a function. Okay, see you soon.